After Hours.
Hey guys, welcome to Your Earthy Black Girl. This is your host Sanaa, also known as Your Earthy Black Girl, and welcome back to another episode of After Hours, where I'm just going to basically be yapping and hopefully we find a lesson at the end. Because today I want to talk about comparison being the thief of joy, and I know everyone and their mother has already heard that quote before, like literally, like probably from the moment you were born, you've probably heard that quote. And I just want to kind of elaborate on it and give a little personal anecdote with that because I feel like it's something that when you grow up hearing it, you don't really think about it on a day to day basis enough as you should, and you don't really put it into practice when you should, because I feel like so many people fall into comparison and they don't even realize it, like whether it's subconscious and they're doing it in their head and they might not be thinking it, but their emotions and their mood is being depleted by it. Like say you see someone really really pretty with a body you like on Instagram and you scroll by, you may not be thinking, wow, she looks so much better than you, but your mood after seeing that might be a little bit depleted and you might be a little bit self-conscious. You might put on something, a different outfit than you were initially going to wear, even if you're not consciously thinking of it. So that's what I mean by it's something that people don't think about enough to the point that they should. So I wanted to kind of put a video out there to give my own personal experience that I had a few days ago and my realizations with that, with the fact that comparison is the thief of joy, because I made a video a few days ago, and it was going to be titled I'm a Hypocrite, and I just wanted to kind of come on here and just talk about like my love life for the past like 2.5 months and how I've been kind of falling short in the standing on business aspect, and how I felt like a hypocrite because I've always preached that to you guys, but two guys came into my life and turned that upside down to the point where I wasn't practicing that with myself. And the video, it just felt kind of incomplete, but then later on I realized I can fit it into this because it's a similar kind of topic, and everything with the wizard list. I'm not going to talk about her again, but everything that's been going on with her and people saying she's destroying her brand, it really also made me think about my own brand and my own channel, and how when you are, I won't even say influencer, but when you have a channel talking about self-help, self-healing, all these things, it can be a lot of pressure. And I think that's a good kind of pressure. I think it's positive peer pressure, positive pressure on you, because it's going to be able to have you live life how you should be living, standing on business, not, disrespecting yourself. I think it's a good thing. But I would realize that as I would see other influencers that are living and making content, similar to that I make, I would be comparing myself to them. And it would not feel great. I'll say that. Like, so I'm starting to try and dress up every time I go out the house. So I've been saying that to people, yeah, I want to dress up every time I leave the house. Um, so with that, the way I like to dress is like earthy, a little bit of streetwear, but mostly earthy. But it kind of goes into the streetwear because the streetwear is more appropriate for work, and I can't really wear earthy because we don't wear a lot of clothes. And by not a lot of clothes, it'll literally just be a tank top, and I can't wear that to work. But whatever. This is not the time or the place for that discussion. But yeah, so when I was looking for like outfit inspo and I'm looking into these beautiful bohemian earthy black girls, I'm looking at them and I'm like, dang. Like they be outside in nature, they be meditating, they be journaling, they be reading, they be drinking their water. They don't like they probably don't get mad, they don't get angry, they don't get upset, they don't get sassy, like all these things. And mind you, this is running rampant within like one Pinterest post, within 30 seconds, like assuming all of these things about these people. Like I'll go to their TikTok or their Instagram and I'll see like the most beautiful like Instagram captions and the most aesthetic videos, and I'm like immediately make so many assumptions about the way that these girls like live their life and just the energy that they exude, which I think that you can, get a read on someone's energy and how they are through social media, but as we know, social media is very carefully curated and it's not real at all. So I would feel like a hypocrite in that sense as well, because where I'm like, dang, it would definitely make me a little insecure because these people would never hurt a fly. I killed 2 flies yesterday. These people are vegetarian. I chowed down some jerk chicken before I made this video. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people love being outside, all those things. I'm constantly complaining that it's too hot and too many bugs and I'm sweaty. So, I would feel like a fraud in my own aesthetic. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever felt like that before, but certain aesthetics I feel like have a certain type of people, and that's not always like it's just clothes sometimes. But I feel like with the earthy aesthetic, or I don't know, maybe even like an emo aesthetic, like there's a very certain type of personality and energy in person that wears those kinds of clothing, and sometimes it's not, but a lot of times I feel like it is. And when I would be looking at these women and looking at their TikTok and their Instagram and seeing just the life they live, I would be like, dang, I'm not living like that. I'm not hugging on trees. I'm not climbing trees. I'm not journaling or meditating. I do occasionally. I actually did journal yesterday, but on a consistent basis, I'm not being happy 100% of the time, being positive 100% of the time. And that, I started to beat down on myself. But then I was like, you know what? People are so multifaceted. Like, when they say comparison is the thief of joy, I need them to like tattoo that on everyone's forehead. So right when I look at you and I start to like have my mind running and all racing and all these things, I see comparison is the thief of joy right on your forehead, and I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, I feel like it's something that we do not consider enough, especially with social media when you're not actually meeting people. I mean, being in person with someone is one thing, but seeing their life on social media and you get to only see the parts of them that they want you to see, it's so real. And that's why I wanted to kind of come on here and be like, y'all, past 2 months I haven't been standing on business. I haven't been doing what I was supposed to do, because I never want anyone to look at me and feel the same way that I was feeling when I was looking at these other women. Like, oh, she's so perfect, the life she lives, the energy she gives off, all these things. Like, I never want anyone to look at me and say that, because if you feel like a fraud looking at me sometimes, I feel like a fraud. I probably feel like a fraud looking at you. Like, everyone feels that way sometimes, and that makes me feel better because it's so normal, especially as a girl. Like, I feel like everyone goes through those periods, and it's not even always with one thing. Like, I don't really feel this way with looks because everyone looks different. So I can't really compare my looks to your looks, but certain people may struggle with other things like personality and definitely like vibe. Like, when someone first meets you, the kind of vibe they get from you, like, that is everything to me. And I definitely feel like that's a place where I might start comparing myself to other, like, oh, she's so warm, she's so bubbly, she's so friendly, like she's literally like the sun in human form. Like, that's everything that I want to be. So when I meet someone like that, it's like, oh, dang, like I love that for them. So this is just like a message to anyone who ever feels like a fraud in their own aesthetic. I don't even know if that's a phrase, but anyone who ever finds himself comparing personalities, academics, looks, vibes, energies, like anything like that, realize that literally everyone does it. And if you don't, there's some aspect that you end up comparing yourself over, like finances, like literally anything. Everyone does it sometimes. So it's completely normal, but just know that you don't have to, because what you admire in someone you can achieve, and what you admire in someone, I think that you have a little bit of piece of that in yourself, because that's what you notice first. Like, when you notice someone's very, very kind, and that's the first thing that you notice about them, that's the thing that you love most about them, I believe, because that's what you value most, that's what you exude most. I just feel like that could be how it works, you know? So if you notice that someone has just great energy to be around first, that's what you value, that's what you admire, you probably give that off as well. So never beat yourself up about anything too much, because it's probably the same thing that someone's thinking. Like, every time you compare yourself, imagine that could be happening behind the scenes. Like, someone could be doing the exact same thing back to you, and then you'll probably feel better, because you're like, we both have our own unique things about us, and there is no reason to not appreciate that about myself, because if someone else can appreciate that about you, then you should appreciate that about you as well. But I know I said this was going to be a yap channel, but this episode was really, really yapalicious. But that's what I have for today, guys. Make sure you choose love, spread love, and be love, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.